There you are. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name's Stefan, and today we're gonna learn how to take better photos, and not just with any camera, with your phone. Because it's my belief that if you can take good pictures with your phone, you can take good pictures with any camera. It is a freezing morning. It's a little bit after 8. It's 23 degrees outside, but I recruited a little bit of help to warm things up a bit. I'd say that'll do. The Aventador Roadster, James was nice enough to come bring it out. I wanted a white car. I mean, he's got all these other crazy colors. To be honest, white is quite a bit easier to shoot, so we're gonna start with the Aventador Roadster, white on white. It is so sick. Oh, hold on, let me grab these. Ooh, casual Tuesday morning flex. Oh, look at that thing. Hop in here, dude. What is this? What is?
Bro, that's my vice.
Hobnobs?
So good.
You're like a child in a $250,000 car. Goodness. I heard that downshift. I heard it.
Not bad. Tacoma instead of horse.
Easy, dude.
Jeez, anybody who drives a white Tacoma.
Stop. Hey, it's wrapped. It's wrapped now. It's wrapped.
True, but underneath, we know it's right.
Naturally, V12 Lamborghini, doors up, and hello, Utah Highway Patrol.
He's watching us.
He's keeping a close eye. He saw the car, knows the car, maybe.
It's good
I
as
don't
the
know.
orange one.
Ah, that's true.
Exhaust.
True.
We got this little baby exhaust. Window tint, I think we're fine. It's a Roadster.
This car's legal and it's registered.
You're right, it is. Here he comes, Good luck.
Hello. Look at that, dude. We're off the hook. Easy peasy.
No big deal. I never doubted. I'm not sweating, bro. But if I am, I wore deodorant, so we're good.
So you can shoot on whatever phone you have. You can shoot on the native camera app. Not bad. Today, what we're actually gonna be shooting on is the Moment app. I highly recommend it. It's like, I think it's only like a few bucks, but it gives you full, complete control over the entire phone. Okay, a couple things you can do to make the app work a little bit better. Come up here to this top section, click on RAW. That is gonna give you the best quality and the most flexibility when you're editing the photos. One of the best tips I can give you for shooting photos on any camera is to use layers. You wanna create depth within your photos. So we're gonna use things like foreground, midground, and background. A good example of that is if we use this bush here, we can get really close to it. You can see that this is in the foreground, the car is in the midground, and then we have the background, the mountains behind it. Okay, so a few things here. You can touch, this is also on the native iPhone app. You can touch to expose to the sky, under the bridge, to the car. It's super easy. Ultimately, you want it to just be as balanced as you can possibly get it. The last piece of advice I want to offer is just give yourself options. So shoot as many photos as you can, because you can always delete photos, but you can't go back and shoot new photos. Give her some pepper. You just can't resist. You're like a kid. Okay, so there are a lot of ways to edit a photo. I'm not gonna tell you how to do it. My general approach is just do something to enhance the photo. You don't do too much, do less. The less you do, the more you do.
The less you do, the more you do.
Comment below if you know what movie that's from. So quickly, a little background about me. I've shot photo for like the past 7 years, photo and video. It's my favorite thing to do. I've been able to teach at the University of Utah, which was a ton of fun. I've created my own course for people who are interested in shooting photo and video full time. So again, if at the end of this video you're left wanting more, there is a link in the description below for the online classes that I teach about photo and video and how to turn it into a career. I've also made some digital products like photography presets for your phone as well as for desktop to make this style of editing a little bit easier. Okay, so we're just gonna jump into Lightroom. I do use the Lightroom app. This is available on Android and Apple devices. It's super easy. So we're just gonna start here. When you open it up, you're gonna go to all photos. I've got a bunch of different pictures here. This is a mix of mobile photos that I've taken on my phone as well as like some DSLR pictures. So we're just gonna kind of peruse through these pretty casually, and we'll just talk about like some basic ways that I go about editing. Again, to accentuate the best parts of the image, to just enhance it without distracting from it. I don't do anything crazy as far as editing goes. So let's start here. This was one of my favorite shots. This again was taken in the mobile app on my phone.
I actually used a phone clamp and a GoPro mount, and I just held it in my mouth so I could get both my hands in the image. It makes it look kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, it just looked kind of cool. Like, you know, you have both your hands in. It's kind of a unique perspective. Again, that's what we're going for. Unique ways to shoot. What can you shoot through? What can you shoot around? Just that kind of stuff. So honestly, the most common way that I start editing a picture is I click on this little auto button down here at the bottom. Boom. And it doesn't do everything for you, and call me a poser for using the auto function, but the greatest minds in the world have come together. Hear me out. The best minds in the world have come together to create this software that can tell you scientifically how an image should look best. So again, this is not the end all be all. This is not like the finished product you export it. Like maybe it is, I don't know. You do what you do you. But this gives me an idea scientifically of how the image should be adjusted. And I kind of use that as a starting reference point. So from here, I'm just gonna pop into light. You can see all the adjustments that it has already made. These would all normally be at 0. These are the adjustments that Lightroom made for you. So I kind of think that the shadows are a little bit too high. So, I mean, you can see that the ground is like quite a bit brighter. Like if I just go back, you can hold your finger down on the picture and that's gonna go before and after for you. So the ground is quite a bit lighter. I'm just gonna bring those shadows back down a tiny bit so it's not quite so in your face. And then I kind of like the rest of that for just the general light balance. I'm gonna come over here to effects and I'm gonna click on dehaze. And I'm just gonna drag that over a little bit, and that's just gonna add quite a bit more contrast to the image. I really like using dehaze. You can come over here to light and use the contrast slider. It gives you just different looks. Play around with them. Whatever you like best, you stick with that. The next, I like to just go over here into color. This image it looks pretty good. I'm gonna test out just cooling it off, dragging it over here towards the blue. And I kind of like that a little bit better. So I'm gonna leave it there. And I'm gonna come over here to mix. So once we're into here, you can actually adjust each individual color. So you can adjust the hue, the saturation, and the luminance. The luminance meaning you can make it brighter or darker. So just to test it out here on this towel, that towel is blue, so we're gonna click on the blue color. This is how powerful Lightroom is. It's amazing. So you can drag this hue slider, watch that towel, and change it from purple to like this turquoise. It's insane how you can change that much of an image. So again, just an example, we're gonna leave the towel blue this time. I'm just gonna darken it up just a tiny bit because it seems like it's a little bit bright. Maybe increase the saturation a tiny bit just to make it pop. Leave it there. Another thing I commonly adjust is oranges, especially if there's people in the image. So you don't want to get too crazy with this. Orange colors are really heavy in skin tones. That's primarily your reds, oranges, and yellows. But I think orange kind of being the primary color for skin tone. So you don't want to get too crazy with this. If you look at my hands, like it's literally like directly adjusting the skin tone of my hands. So this is a really good example. I like to just darken it a little bit. This kind of makes people appear a little bit more tan. Again, don't get too crazy with it. I'm just going -8 there. If you want, you can increase the saturation a little bit or desaturate it, just depending on like if your subject or who you're shooting or whoever's in the picture, if you want them to appear darker or lighter, you know, that kind of thing, more colorful, less colorful. And again, I'm just gonna kind of leave it right there. And I'm super happy with this. So again, if you click your finger and hold down on the image, you can see the before and the after. You can see that we added some blue to it. We popped the towel just a little bit. My skin tone looks just a little bit different. You can see it's a little bit washed out here before, and then I let go, and there's quite a bit more color and vibrance to it. There's also some more detail up here on the hood. If you look just to the right of my hand, all of this is pretty white. If you let go, you can see quite a bit more detail there in the hood. I just like that a lot. Okay, so again, this is a phone picture, and I think it looks pretty dang good. So we're just gonna go through here to some of the other pictures that we've taken. This one was actually on a camera. So this is on my DSLR. I shoot on a Sony a7 III. I believe this was on the 24 to 70 millimeter f2.8 lens, if you're into that. But on this one, you know, we can click auto, see what it looks like. I like that, looks great. One thing I just wanted to show real quick is just kind of how the presets work. So if I hit reset, I go to presets. I have 3 presets. I keep it really simple, but we can just roll through these really quickly. So film base 1, film base 2, film base 3. Just 3 unique, different looks. I almost always use film base 1. That's like just the way that I like images to come out, and that's because it's the most understated. This is like, it makes the colors pop, it makes the whites a little bit whiter, the blacks a little bit darker, but it doesn't get too crazy. I mean, if you hold your finger down, you can see it's just kind of desaturated, just kind of a boring photo. It's just like, it just gives that extra just the punch in it, you know? So yeah, I love that. And then I come over here and I hit crop. I'm just gonna center this a little bit better. Rule of thirds, using these lines, you just want to place your subjects on this line. As you can see in this example, I've got James and Buddy and the two cars, the SSC Tuatara and the Bugatti, all on that bottom line. That looks fantastic. I'm happy with that, and it's good to export. So as you can see, it just takes a little bit less time with the preset. That's the only reason why I use them. I created all these presets. I did all the like heavy lifting up front, so it's really easy when I just apply the preset, I can edit it, and it's just bam, it's on Instagram. So if you want to learn more about like this type of stuff, again, my background is in like automotive photography and videography. It's what I love doing. I love cars, and it's like amazing that I get to do that for my job like every day. So if you want to learn more stuff like on that level, just leave a comment below. Let me know like some specific things that you want to learn about. Like if it's like I want to learn how to shoot cars at night, or I want to learn like the different parts of lenses, or like I don't know, whatever it is, like just let me know, and it's definitely something we can talk about in the future. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and the bell, and on that note, I'll see you in the next video.